a little dance on stage. Will we get to see his full walk-on tomorrow night? Well, to see us through the conclusion of the 2017 European Championship first round here in Hasselt, it's Alan and Stuart once again.
Well, Peter Wright will be hoping to maintain his winning record over Christoph Ratajski. Has won all 4 matches against the Pole, including 3 on the Euro Tour this year. But here he is, a first appearance at the European Championship. Ratajski, who won the World Masters not so long ago, but will be making his debut at the World Championship at the Alexandra Palace in December. He's had a terrific year, and he will pose a threat to Peter Wright. Of that there is no doubt at all. And number 2 seed here in Belgium will have to be at his very, very best. Ratajski could provide a real danger to Snakebite.
Yes, by virtue of spreading the European Tour around Eastern Europe, now offer 1 qualifying place at all the European Tour events. Christoph has been a good beneficiary, qualified for most of them. 21,000 on the European Tour Order Merit. Getting himself into the world rankings, and that will certainly rise with this event. And obviously the World Championships, where he'll be making his debut. He's a quality player, trust me.
Very much so. 40-year-old from Warsaw.
100.
A Polish Eagle, they call him. A European Championship debut and a World Championship debut to come at the Alexandra Palace as well.
It's one of those players in the field, because still a lot of players don't know a lot about him or have played him. You don't want to draw in the early rounds.
59.
That will certainly be the case at the World Championship as well, I'm sure. Oh, glad to report that Peter Wright is using the same darts that he used to win the German Darts Masters in Dusseldorf last weekend. Shock horror, he hasn't changed them.
Christoph looking for a maximum.
140.
Yeah, a max of change for Peter.
But there's always time if he continues during this tournament.
Must be like a lucky dip when he's packing his case.
I think possibly.
90.
His wife Jo will have a couple of sets with her, just in case he wants to change. And that's what happened at Dusseldorf halfway through the game.
21.
Decided he wanted to change.
31.
Left himself 81. Peter Wright needs a couple of trebles here. So Ratajski will return for the 81.
99.
Can he take it out?
So we require 81.
Well, 12 would leave the bull. Bullseye for Ratajski.
43.
Ooh,
Peter Wright against the darts.
Yeah, disappointed there, wasn't he? Could have been so different, but Peter Wright, opportunity early on, which he takes. 1-0.
Second leg, Peter to throw first.
Well, it's been a remarkable year for Peter Wright. He's won 11 tournaments. He's won 5 on the European Tour. 12 European Tour events throughout 2017. Peter Wright winning 5. Michael van Gerwen winning 6. And the other one was won by Michael Smith in Gibraltar in the summer.
Yeah, back up to number 2, Peter Wright, by the end of this weekend. To-ing and fro-ing with Mr. Anderson. He's obviously not here.
You are wondering why Gary Anderson isn't here. He didn't play in any of the European Tour events this year.
140.
That is the new qualification criteria to play at the European Championship. The best 32 players on the European Tour Order of Merit.
81.
Peter Wright seeded 2. The winner of this to play Johnny Clayton, who was very impressive in the first game of the afternoon, brushing aside the Belgian Dimitri van den Berg 6-1 with 103 average, the Welshman.
Just shows the confidence what a win can do, winning his first Players' Championship event. Buoyant coming in to this European Championships. Played fantastic. Well, he needs this one. Needed a maximum to leave the finish.
91.
Not to be. Good visit though.
4 and 11 darter. Well, 12 will do. This has been very impressive. 120 average, 2 legs gone only, but even so, Peter Wright putting down his own little marker as well in the early stages of this match.
If you're having a 12 darter on throw, he's only giving Christoph 3 visits to the board.
Yeah.
Important for the Polish number 1 to try and get his first leg on the board as soon as possible. Doesn't want to go in at the break. Not 60. On the score sheet. Still early days, but you don't have that much time.
Yeah, memorable weekend. Survived match darts in a couple of his early games at the German Darts Masters
100.
in Dusseldorf. But Peter Wright finally winning a World Series event. He walloped Taylor, didn't he? Beat Phil Taylor 11-4 in the final in Dusseldorf.
Well, that was his best match of the whole tournament. But what he did in the early rounds, he could have been beaten. But he just managed to stay in the match, and took his chance when he got it. Got to the final and then played his A game.
123.
Lifted the trophy, got the check.
$140.
That's to leave 141. Peter Wright should leave something better. Maybe 18s are the last one, 120.
58.
He doesn't hit the treble.
141.
That's a good one, treble 19. Well, unlucky for Ratajski.
101. With you require 120.
For 3-0. Single, treble, double. Single.
Just couldn't flick it over, could he? He looked like he was going to move, didn't he? He looked like he was going to move, but decided to stay there.
Good leg for Christoph Ratajski. 2-1 it is. Still works, the pole. Transport engineer in Warsaw.
I thought he was going to say he was a dancer.
100.
Pole dancer.
It doesn't deserve a response.
Good last start.
Yeah, but he's a good player, a really good player. Well, a chance here for Ratajski. Not too much wrong with the throw, is there, of the pole?
No. Nice and straight. Has his own technique. Seems to be working for him.
140.
5 140s and 4 legs of darts for Peter Wright. Still averaging 110. Yeah, Peter Wright
100.
beating Ratajski in 3 Euro Tour events this year. 6-1, 6-3, 6-3. Sounds like a tennis match.
100.
Has a lot of support in Europe and around the world, but Peter Wright hugely popular.
60.
Unlucky there, couldn't quite get the one in the middle. 80 for Peter Wright for 3-1. 20 for tops. Top of the shop.
40.
Well, an opportunity here for Ratajski. Number 20 gives him a dart at the ball. Oh, and you can see the outer ring moved.
Close encounter.
No more opportunity, just the one dart at the ball for Ratajski. So Peter Wright leads 3-1.
Certainly looks like he's keeping full concentration and focus. Christoph is obviously going to learn every time he gets on the stage as well. It'll be a big world championship for him.
81.
Bit of a slip with the last one. 4-1 and 3-2 does make such a difference coming out for the second part of the match. Both players will be aware of that as well. Hardly any body movement at all there from Christoph.
No.
Like a statue.
Peter Wright here with control and very much the same. A little shimmy at the end of the throw, but
100.
it's a good solid throw. He's changed his throw as well. He throws from the eye line where it used to come from the side. He's changed his throw somewhat as well this year.
Plenty of the bed to aim at. Unlucky, but he'll take the 140, leaves himself 167. Peter Wright, you would still say favourite.
Well, he's looking for a 140 as well.
Difficult to get around, that's why he's moving down the yockey.
That's a great dart.
Wonderful. Enough the lampshade. Can't do it now. Should stay there. Good darts from Christoph. Will he return to the board? Peter Wright 80 for a 4-1 lead. 20 for tops.
60.
So
46.
this to stay in it, you think? Number 16 for Ratajski. Good dart, good dart. Peter Wright with one dart at tops to go 4-1 up. He's averaging 104. And Ratajski only 93, but the pole's still very much in this. And Peter Wright, the number 2 seed, still has some work to do. He leads 3-2.
Yeah, so Wright leading 3-2 at the break. With the break, Chris Mason with us. What do you make of Peter Wright's form so far?
He started off, he got out of the blocks real quick. He was averaging 120. He's just gone off a little bit, but that's more down to Ratajski. He just sticks in there. He's averaging in the mid-90s as per normal, which is what he seems to be able to replicate consistently. He's a tough customer, but a really important breaker throw for Peter Wright is just about giving him that advantage at the moment. And when he comes out of after the break, he'll be throwing first and should take a 4-2 lead, and you'd think just about run out a winner, probably 6-3, 6-4, I reckon. Yeah,
you would expect Peter Wright to get through this, particularly his form at the German Masters. We mentioned it, he did win the competition, but during the tournament, it was more of a scrappy performance in a good way, because he got through when he wasn't at his best.
Yeah, he grafted, didn't he? He sort of ground it out, and that's a sign of a great dart player rather than just a good one. And he does have that armory in his game now. He knows how to win. He knows how to win a scruffy game, and that's after battle. He doesn't lose focus. He doesn't get frustrated. He just knows how to grind out a tough match. Yeah,
Ratajski's a player that you mentioned earlier, somebody that you've seen a fair amount of, and you like him very much as well.
Yeah,
why?
He qualified for 11 of the Euro Tours. I think his best result, he reached a quarter-final. He won the World Masters, and the way he won that World Masters was impressive, because Every match was sort of mid to late 90s. Didn't matter who he played, the fact that he was an underdog or a favourite, he managed just to reproduce that really, really good form. And you know, he's a guy that's going to find tough. I mean, it's unfortunate he's playing against a guy that's averaging 104 at the moment. The majority, except probably take Clayton out of the equation and Rob Cross, you know, he potentially would have beaten any of the other guys on these stats.
Well, let's have a look at some of the results that we've seen this afternoon, which is the second session of the first round matches. Remember, we had 8 last night. The standard rather lower last night. Worked it out that the average then was 90 across the 16 players. It's certainly going to be higher from this session today. We had a close one earlier in the all-Dutch affair with Benito van der Pas just edging past Vincent van der Voort. There are plenty of cases of missed opportunities today. Yeah,
Vincent will be kicking himself. He had plenty of opportunities. Aspinall battled back really well to 4-4 and then just went missing. Rob Cross was really, really impressive. I mean, young Martin Schindler is a great young player.
OK, well, let's find out who is going to win this final first round match. Peter Wright has the advantage, 3-2 up with the break. Back to Alan and Stuart.
Yes, and with an impressive 104 average and 1 dart at tops for 4-1, and you feel, Alan, that if that had gone in, it would have been game over. But Ratajski is still very much in this.
He certainly is. He's a decent player. He'll certainly learned a lot from his European Tour encounters, being in front of a big crowd on a regular occurrence, playing the big players. Certainly going to rise up the rankings. Good for darts as well to get someone from Eastern Europe into the big time.
He's taking his time as well to reach the stage, as I say, 40 years of age now, Ratajski.
100.
But his performances will also spur on some of the other Polish players. I see 1 or 2 in the next few years.
Conveyor belt effect.
80.
Down for 19s.
80.
Recovered slightly with that last one.
Peter Wright, semi-finals here 12 months ago, lost to Mencia. Sulovic losing the final to Van Gerwen.
81.
But over the years, 2 semi-finals and 2 quarter-finals at the European Championship for Peter Wright. Will this be his year? Won the UK Open, reached the final of the World Match Play. Missed 6 darts to beat Michael Van Gerwen in the final of the Premier League. Won the German Darts Masters. What's left in the chapter that is 2017 for Peter Wright, 60. I wonder?
Well, his current world #2 spot is certainly well deserved, Stuart. He goes to all the Pro Tour events, plays in all the European Tour events, keeps himself sharp.
98.
Very confident in his own ability, what he can do, certainly when he's up against it.
100. Reserve for 164.
Well, now then. Now then. Oh, wow. It couldn't be closer. It was heart in mouth time for Peter Wright.
Certainly was. That was very, very close. One at the bull in the 4th leg from a 1-2-8. This one. Oh, that's the class of Peter Wright.
It's a punisher from Peter for the pole.
You just wide the bull for a 1-6-4 and see your opponent take out
60.
A clinical 2-dart finish.
To remind you what is happening tonight as far as
60.
The second round is concerned. 4 cracking games coming your way. Starting with Jelle Klassen against Kyle Anderson. Simon Whitlock plays Alan Norris. Michael Van Gerwen against Ian White.
174.
Fantastic 177 from Ratajski, and finally Sulovic and Gerwin Price. That's Friday night at the European Championship.
83.
Wonder who he's supporting. Good leg here. Ratajski. Ooh, not the best visit from Peter Wright.
67.
Treble 17.
131.
Wonderful setup. Wonderful leg.
To leave 36 after 12. You feel these are practice darts for Peter Wright.
40. Goes of you require 36.
Double 18 to get within one. What it is.
Ratajski defeated to Roper. Game on.
Well, we thought it'd be a tough encounter, Stuart, when Peter Wright was 104 average, but still only 3-2 ahead in that first break.
83.
Managed to stay with him. But Wright is throwing first in this leg.
140.
2 140s.
The first round is just always so difficult. Ratajski looks at a first maximum.
121.
12 months ago, we mentioned Peter Wright was edged out 11-8 in the semi-finals by Sulovic. 12 months ago in the first round. We just pause to see if he can hit from Wright. Yeah, 12 months ago in the first round, he beat Justin Pipe 6-5 after Pipe had missed 3 darts to win.
60.
Small margins when it's a race to 6.
That's right, you've got to take the chance when it comes. Top swing 11. 11 dart leg from Peter Wright. Classy.
11 dart leg. Can Peter Wright win it here? Or can Ratajski have something to say?
60.
That'll do.
Start from right in the leg. He needs to get through
100.
to the last 16.
Just 100. But it's his advantage, Peter Wright, in this leg. A lot of room here for the pole.
140.
Good visit. It's on 40 and a ton from Peter Wright. Followed by another 140.
10 140s for Peter Wright in this match.
83.
So advantage Wright.
You require 121.
121 for a place in round 2.
He knows this has been a difficult tie, but he can kill it here. Treble 11 for double 14. Double 14!
107.
Wow.
So you require 180.
Very close.
To save it. Treble 20. Oh, can't do it. So Peter Wright will return for 14. Will he go straight for it?
43. You require 14.
6 for double four or straight for double seven? Straight for double seven. Now that's awkward. That's awkward, Peter.
New score.
Not to be
75.
another opportunity for Ratajski. Thought he was out.
Hindsight's a great thing, but 6 and double four, that's what I thought Peter Wright would do. Tops to stay in it.
35.
So, right.
He requires
Is it
14.
6 for double four, or is it straight for double seven?
Another one on the wire.
Oh, Wright is through! Just finally, but Wright is through to round 2 of the European Championship.
The Hasselt fans were happy with that finish. They wanted to see him do his thing on the stage when he has his walk-on tomorrow. So he's a 6-3 winner over the Polish player Ratajski. 98 average for Peter Wright and 92 for Ratajski. And Ratajski, the Pole, missing 6 of his 9 double attempts. And Peter Wright is safely through. We never doubted him, did we?
No, he's too solid. He does what he does, and you know, a typical Peter Wright average 98. Didn't really have to burst out of into his top gears like he did in the opening start of the match. It was yeah, it was a good performance, enjoyable, and good to see Ratajski up on that stage again. He's gonna be a big threat over the next 12-18 months.
Well, let's have a look at tonight's order of play, what we're going to come back with at 7 o'clock for you. Just about time to show you this. A yellow class and whitewashed Christian Kiss last night. It's a tricky tie against Kyle Anderson. Simon Whitlock against Alan Norris. He had a tough match yesterday as well. MVG against Ian White. And Mensur Sulovic against Gur.